Two teams scored 225 plus and both lost. Two players scored two quick fire centuries and both lost too. What went wrong for Delhi Capitals and Rajasthan Royals yesterday? And a look at the evolution of batting of a player who once called that strike rates were overrated. All this and a lot more on the 23rd Yard Club podcast. How does a team give away 23 extra runs in the field, drop multiple sitters, allow a batter to score the third highest IPL score ever, concede 264 in 40-degree plus heat and still win? And that too with 7 balls to spare. Seriously? How? Are the 90s kids, myself included, about to start asking if we need to check the spring in Ricky Ponting's Punjab Kings bats now? Because whatever side of the debate you are on, whether you love these high-scoring run fests or feel that things are getting out of hand, you cannot ignore the aura that this Punjab Kings side has carried through this season. They've played only 7 matches, won 6 of them with one of them rained off, but it already feels like everyone else, all other teams, are playing for that second spot this season. And here's the interesting bit. The only time that they were tested was game number 1. Gujarat Titans took them deep right into the final 6 balls of the match. Since then, Punjab have finished games before the final over every single time. And the one time that they did bat first, they smashed Lucknow Super Giants by 54 runs. So when Rahul and Nitish Rana helped put up 264 for Delhi for the first time, you thought, okay, maybe this is it. Maybe the wheels have finally come off. Maybe a team has finally figured out a way to beat them. Even if scoring 250 every game isn't realistic, maybe there's a template now. This is that template. Bat hard, fire all cylinders throughout the 20 overs and try to bowl them out. But Shreyas Iyer, he's made of different stuff. He had different ideas. And I want to bring this in because of what he said in the post-match. He said, I just said to myself that if they can, we can too. We discussed that in the previous games, we chased around 225 with 2 overs to spare. So the mindset was very much similar. Basically, if they could do it, so can we. That was the mindset. They had already chased those many runs in the previous game, so this was a new territory for them. Now, this might not be the same as Jack Carlos saying, oh, they were 15 runs short, guys, during that famous 434 chase at Wanderers. But give it time. This line, or the set of lines, might age very well as well. Now, yesterday I spoke about Washington Sundar's catch, the drop catch of Kohli, and why that alone did not cost GT the game. Interestingly, later in that same game, Sundar took a very smart catch running back. And while that didn't obviously change the result, it allowed you to say, fine, that earlier drop was probably a one-off. It happens. What Karun Nair did though, this was different. It's much harder to defend. 2 drops within a few balls of each other, absolute dollies as well. Even Shreyas Iyer's reaction said it all. It had that when it's your day kind of a feel. But what really stood out was Delhi captain Akshar Patel's reaction after the game. No sugarcoating, no cliches, just raw frustration. And honestly, rightly so as well. He said, if you don't support your bowlers and keep giving away so many chances, then you deserve to lose. It was a good pitch, a small ground, so sixes were obviously going to be hit. However, when the opportunities arise and you don't take even one, you drop chances as we did today, you lose. That's as blunt as it can get. On a pitch like that, small grounds, runs will come. But if you don't take even one chance, you're not winning. Simple. Now, speaking about Akshar the bowler and Akshar the captain as well, I've questioned his reluctance to bowl his full quota earlier in the season. But credit where it's due. This time he bowled in the power play. He completed his 4 overs, finished with 1 for 44 in those 4, which was the best economy on either side. On a game where 265 gets chased, that was good going. That's leadership and hopefully a sign of what's to come. Now on to Rahul, because this is a story in itself. Back in 2022, he said that strike rates are overrated in T20 cricket, a statement that's aged very badly. But today, 152 not out with a strike rate of 226 this season, an overall strike rate of 187. It was 150 last year, 136 when he was sacked from LSG. Now that's evolution. And more importantly, that's awareness. He admitted later on that watching younger players walk into the T20 World Cup squads and go hard from ball 1, it made him rethink things. That's not easy to accept when you've batted in a certain way all your life. And then to actually work on it, which he did with Abhishek Nair, and transform your game like that, that takes guts. As an aside, it seems like quite a few Indian batters have worked with Nair and greatly improved their game. Rahul's is just the latest example. Unfortunately, in this case, his team lost. But this innings, this is his template now. One to base his T20 career off. The second match of the day saw Rajasthan host Hyderabad. Another game, another century, and a losing cause. And this was Vaibhav Suryavanshi this time. He smashed 103 of 37 deliveries out of the 220 odd that they scored. While the rest of the team, they made just 125, nearly 14 overs. And now that's 9 and over. But the question here is that under par or actually quite decent? Because even Hyderabad bowling coach, spin bowling coach Mathaya Muralidharan said during a mid-match interview that chasing 200 here on that surface and that ground would be tough. Well, that didn't age well either. But it also suggests something important. Rajasthan also probably believed that 228 on that ground was enough. That ground at Savai Mansingh Stadium, it has bigger boundaries. And that's not an unreasonable thought. 228 was a good score. Unlike Delhi, six hitting wasn't that very easy there. And interestingly, no Hyderabad batter hit more than 3 sixes. Instead, Abhishek Sharma and Ishan Kishan both hit 11 fours. Now that tells you two things. They understood the pitch better when they batted, and then the Rajasthan bowlers did not challenge them enough with the short ball or the back of length ball, bowled to the longer boundary. Yes, there's that fielding again as well. Four dropped catches, two of them off the bat of Abhishek Sharma. But to be fair, Suryavanshi himself was dropped early in his innings. So it kind of cuts both ways. If you kind of compensate or negate the two, it was down to these tactics. Now let's zoom out. It's hard to say that Rajasthan were poor for making 228, but the game is also evolving. You cannot have one or two batters even going at 9 and over anymore and expect others to cover for it in such situations. Now, even if Punjab's chase earlier in the day felt like a freak event, chasing 265 doesn't happen every day. This one wasn't just about fielding. I thought Rajasthan felt about 50 to 20 runs short, especially after Suryavanshi got out in the 14th over, following which they scored 58 of 37 balls, less than 10 and over. Guys like Parag, Hetmeyer, and Jadeja need to deliver the goods at that stage, not just yesterday, but in the tournament overall. Now, a word on Riyan Parag, the captain. He gives me that impression of being his own captain, his own thinker. And that's risky, but that's also very interesting because he's not locked into preset pre-match plans. He's reacting, he's adapting. You won't always agree with his decision making, but over time, this could turn him into a very good T20 captain, a very intelligent T20 captain. For example, he had Bishnoi, Jadeja himself as spin bowling options. Bishnoi came in to bowl as an impact sub, and yet Parag gave himself an over first before the others, even before Donovan Ferreira. And in the end, all four of them bowled just one over each. And yes, you could argue Bishnoi probably deserved an over or more than what he did bowl, that 1 over for 16 runs. And I would agree as well. But at the same time, it was fascinating to watch someone not follow the script. Instead, figure things out live. So that is something that I would love to watch from Riyan Parag. But that's about it from me for this episode. It would be awesome if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel. Till next time, bye-bye.